You know, I strongly believe that neither tourists, neither most of Italians, truly know what the real Italy is like. We always talk about Rome, its Colosseum, about famous artists and musicians, about how strange and classic and old our costumes are. But come on, that's boring stuff. Okay, stop it. I think we're rushing a little bit. We are now looking at the second most famous Egyptian museum in the world. Doesn't it sound weird that such a museum rises in one of the most important and magical related cities in Europe? Coincidence? I don't think so. Are we all looking now at the same thing? Well, as you've probably seen, two enormous Ankhs statues of the death god keep an eye on the entrance. They both hold a key. Well, that key is the key to the other world. And, ears wide open, Turin was considered the city where you could find the door to the other world. Fulcrum of the white magic, Square Castello is one of the most popular and frequented squares in the city. And when I say that it is a chic square, I'm telling you the truth. When two lovers get married here in Turin, the first thing they'll do as a married couple is to come here for the marriage photoshoot. But let's keep ourselves on the road. Let's look around. You can see people, bicycles, cars, a really big Asian palace, and a church. Well, nothing weird, actually, but let's keep an eye on this church. It is called Church San Lorenzo, and it has nothing actually weird except for its dome. Can you see something? Well, I do see some devil's faces. Now, let's have a more completed look. Can you see the eyes, the nose, and the big mouth? Well, I do see them. Before we get to the next stage, I feel I must specify how Turin was built and especially where. As you can see from the picture, Turin was built among some star-shaped walls. Well, this star has always been the very symbol of esotericism. These walls were built over the converge of two of the most important rivers in Italy, the Po and the Dora, represented in these statues. In a few seconds, you'll be able to examine two maps. The first one will explain you better why Turin is such an important reference for the black magic. As you can see from this globe, Turin is connected with London, which is itself linked with San Francisco, and back in Turin creates the black magic triangle. On the other hand, Turin is part of the white magic triangle, connected with Prague and Lyon. The fulcrum of the white magic in Turin, as you can recall, is Square Castello. Turin is connected with Prague, Prague is connected with Lyon, and from Lyon, we are back in Turin. This triangle is much smaller than the black one, but as powerful as it. We're back now on our creepy and magical path. The huge open space we're looking at now is one of the two reasons why I told you about the triangle myth. Once again, if Square Castello is the fulcrum of the white magic, Ronda della Forca is the fulcrum of the black magic. But why this place? Well, this is the most mysterious part of Turin. It is said that this was the place where you could find the door to the other world, where all the dead souls wander trying to find the passage. The influence that this square has always had on Turin has always been negative. Can you just close your eyes for a second and concentrate on the sound this square is made of? Savvy, hey? During the Napoleon takeover, the French army established a gallows right in the center of the space. The name Forca itself represents, in the Italian language, the horrible head cutter machine. We have now walked through Turin to get to one of our last stages. You know, when people walk down the streets, never usually pay attention to what they step on. Well, sometimes you could step over an old splashed bubblegum, but sometimes you could walk over the very devil's sizes. Oh my! I think these bells and the clock are telling us that we are running out of time. I think that Turin wants to say goodbye in a really odd and not classic way. We could say arrivederci waving at you, but we've decided to leave you with something else. Today, this is the main entrance to a bank, but when people walk by it, never notice the very particular that makes this doorway one of the most important Esoteric Turin attractions. The devil.